Hi Cancer, happy birthday and welcome to July. Let's see what we have for my Cancers. Six of Cups. Let's get a few more. Five of Pentacles. And Strength. I do see a little bit of disappointment about something that you were really hopeful for. Something that felt like it was meant to be, or it was comfortable, familiar, whether it's a relationship or a situation. It's like you kind of felt like this is meant for me, like this is supposed to work out, it's meant for me. But it's not looking like it is meant for you. And I do see that realization happening and a lot of disappointment. But it also doesn't look super heavy in the sense that I think you're going to get over it pretty quickly, faster than you might think. And I am doing this reading towards the end of June, and so you could be experiencing this right now, and July is sort of like the aftermath and picking up the pieces, or this is something that is going to sort of unfold throughout July, but it just sort of feels inevitable with the Five of Pentacles. But you have strength, and it just shows me that you're pretty determined, and I don't really think that you're going to let this disappointment to deter you for too long. Let's see what else we get. And basically, yeah, if it feels hopeless right now, because I mean, it's a lot to go from the Six of Cups to the Ten of Swords. And so I'm feeling the disappointment. I feel it. And it might feel hopeless in this moment or when you're watching this, but it's not. It is definitely just not for you. I know that can be so hard to grasp, like, especially when you think someone or something is for you, a job, like it's just, oh, it's perfect, I'm perfect for it, but it just doesn't work out. Like, these things happen because they're just not supposed, like it's like a misalignment in your mind, like it's a false alignment, like you think it's perfect, but there are things about this person, this job, this situation that you don't see. And I think this is a lot of divine protection. And so just try to keep that in mind when you're feeling like this. And this passes. This is the hardest that it gets. Like it only gets better from the Ten of Swords. Seven of Cups. So pretty soon you're going to see a lot more options open up for you. So it's a pretty big shift in feeling very disappointed, like you're lacking, you don't have options, the option that you had, it fell through. But the Seven of Cups is showing you like you're almost going to be a little bit overwhelmed with your options, let's just say that. But it comes in the perfect timing because I feel like you need this. You need to feel this plethora of options. Two of Wands. And that kind of tells me too, actually, that you're going to narrow it down to one option with the Two of Wands here. Like you're going to be able to see through, because the Seven of Cups, it gets confusing because there are so many ways you can go, so many people you can choose, so many jobs you can apply for, whatever the case may be. It gets a little confusing, and discernment is really important in times where you have a lot of options. So when these options come through, and they will, I think you're going to keep your discernment very strong, and that's why the strength is here. It's just showing you that even throughout this, you are still gonna find yourself here with lots to choose from. So perfect. So Two of Wands coming through with the discernment, and then we have the Knight of Pentacles. So something very solid, something much more tangible It's an option that's more tangible, that seems more grounded, that seems more doable. Nine of Cups. It's what you, okay, I just got such a specific message from this card. There's something you're asking for in your heart, and you thought you got it already. You're like, wow, this is what I wish for, but it's not. It's something that you're supposed to move through to get to what you wished for. So when you finally find yourself in the midst of all these options, just know what you actually wish for is within those options. And so keep your discernment strong while you're choosing. But I think that the solid choice here is the choice that feels more grounded, more tangible, more slow, more safe. And that's really ultimately what you wished for. You just didn't know what it was going to look like, which is often how we get what we ask for, not how we thought it would look. And I think you're kind of going through something like that right now. The Hanged Man. Yeah. A perception shift is what this is kind of all about, actually. And I think that's something that you are really good at, which is why I see you flowing through this pretty smoothly. But don't get me wrong, because I do see a little bit of hopelessness. Like, I think what the real message is here too is like, when you slip into these moments of hopelessness, like, you've got to pull yourself out pretty quickly because the options are here and you need to be ready for them. But I think you will. You might slip along the way, but you're gonna pull yourself out. Six of Swords. Yeah, you're ready to move on. Moving on seems pretty easy for you to do at this time. It actually almost seems like divine timing as well, that something would shift like this around or during your season, because it's during your season that you usually feel so powerful and all the light, the sun is shining on you. And so you kind of do have this extra surge of energy that you can work with to pick yourself back up. King of Swords. I think you are sort of making yourself a little less accessible. There's something that you're doing that is sort of like increasing your value, whether it's in your own mind, which is fine, that's where it begins, that's perfect, or your employer, a potential partner, a current partner. Like, there's something that you're doing that is like sort of elevating your energy and sort of taking you to like a higher status where you're being perceived as like, it's so hard to explain what I'm getting, but it makes you seem like a little unattainable or a little intimidating. Like, you're starting to sort of intimidate people. And it kind of works because you need to keep that discernment. So you don't want everyone to know how much love and abundance that you really have, because you don't want the wrong people coming at you trying to get it. And so when you kind of keep that a little bit more reserved, and you only share those really beautiful parts with people that you're starting to trust and they've really proven themselves, like, that's kind of where the magic happens. And I think that's why you're gravitating towards this Knight of Pentacles, because this is someone who comes correct, who comes with intention, who has a plan. And that's kind of what you need. Like, that's what you're looking for. That's what you wished for. And so this type of person is really the only person who can get through to the King of Swords. I mean, the King of Swords is a bit sharp, intimidating, right? Like, it's only someone like the Knight of Pentacles with a lot of intention and a lot of good intention too. Like, you're going to be able to see through that. And I think that's what's going to allow this new opportunity to come to you. This card came out twice just now. I put it back and it came out again, and it flipped out right when I said new opportunity, which is pretty much what this card means. So again, with the Pentacles, it's very, very grounded, very tangible. You can easily see it through. Like, I feel like what you thought was going to work out for you before was a little bit more like fantasy-ish, like too good to be true, like kind of like sounds amazing but hard to picture. I hope this makes sense. But this opportunity that's coming to you, that's actually meant for you, like, it's easy to picture. Like, it's again, like, tangible, like, it makes sense. So I hope that made sense, Cancer, and I'm gonna leave it there. I hope you have a great July.